Hey guys, what is up? I thought I'd do a really quick video for you guys. I don't really have too much distance instruction on my channel, which is pretty ironic, I think, considering what I do for a living. But there are two quick moves that can help give you an extra 10 to 15 yards in just a few minutes. So if you're getting on the range and you want to hit it a little bit further that given day, you want to have some good thoughts in your head to help encourage distance, there are two things you can do, and we're going to go over those today. Now, to be clear, to get true long-lasting distance, you need to do weight training in the gym and repeat about the speed training, which I will definitely go over more in depth in a future video. First tip, instead of turning like this, which is what a lot of golfers do, I want you to feel like this club head is pulling you this way. So see the difference? You have this versus this. I want that rib cage and that upper chest turning away. Almost every single person on tour who hits the golf ball far will look like this, where their body's already started to turn off the golf ball. So that's the first tip. The second tip is once you've made that turn, what do you do from here? A lot of people will kind of just then use their hands and just kind of throw it from the top. What I want you to do once you've made this turn is I want you to feel like your trail pec and your trail shoulder are coming up and off the golf ball. There's almost like they're connected. Really key way to think about it, just swing from your pec from the top. So really get that pec turning away from the target. And then once you have that turn, you're pretty much at the top. And then from there, you can just fire from the target. And again, once you have both of these tips, what they're doing is they're getting you to displace your weight from address. What I mean by weight displacement, if I were to freeze frame your pointed address and then freeze frame again at the top, those frames would look almost identical, meaning you're not shifting off the ball, you're not displacing your weight away from the ball. Displacing your weight from address allows you to create increased potential kinetic power, which then you can use to deliver more club head speed. That's the science behind it. I'm not a big science guy, but that's what's happening. So I'll put it together here for you guys. So this is what a lot of people look like when they swing. And what I want you guys to do is something more like this. And you'll notice my effort level was about the same, my perceived effort level, but there's a much bigger whoosh at the bottom, meaning I'm creating a lot more speed. And that's just simply because I'm giving the kinetic chain more time to wind up by doing those two things. So I'll do it in a slow-mo and then I'll put it together fast. So we're turning off the chest and then pulling up to the top and then just letting it fire. And here's what it looks like full speed. And I'm leveraging the ground a lot more. I'm leveraging my core, and I'm also leveraging my rib cage, and it'll lead to a lot more speed. So for tip number one, all you need to think about, rib cage rotating away from the target. Tip number two, trail pec pulling up and off the target. Okay, so this is what I see a lot of amateurs doing. And it'll be a very controlled, very scared swing because they don't want to shift their weight. And you'll notice at the top, not a lot of width, not a lot of power. And I'll show you what you want to do. You can see that's a lot more power, a lot more confidence, and I'm shifting and displacing my weight a lot more, and it'll create a lot more speed. If you implement those two things on the range, you can be taking at least 15 yards more to the tee box.